Hello, everybody, and welcome to another reaction video here at the Hockey Writers. We got a big trade that just went down that was unexpected by pretty much probably everyone. That's the San Jose Sharks trading Tomas Hertl to the Vegas Golden Knights, who have already gotten a few guys, Hannafin, Mantha, and now Hertl, who is injured right now, but he should be back by the playoffs. This is what they got. They got a first round pick in 2025, third round pick in 2025, third round pick in 2027, and top prospect David Edstrom. And of course, there's also salary retention involved. 17% of his remaining 6 years of his contract at 8.1 has been retained by the Sharks. So around 6 million ish. Jacob, initial reactions on this one. Hurdles, this is not a rental. This is a guy that's going to be in Vegas now for a while. Had a no movement clause. He waived it, obviously. What do you think about this trade?
I mean, what I think about it is it must be pretty damn fun to be a Vegas fan.
Yeah,
Like
right.
you're always getting the biggest fish, and it's like that's insane. And so adding Hannafin then Mantha, that was huge. That just bolstered them probably to be the Stanley Cup favorites. And then they add Tomas Hertl. Like that's insane. Tomas Hertl is not quite what he used to be. He's still fantastic.
Yeah.
And at $6.75 million for the next 6 years, that's insane. You can't go wrong at all. I mean, he's got 34 points in 48 games. He's no slouch at all. He is about a 60 to 70 point guy. He's a high end center, and the Vegas Golden Knights just did very, very well to get him without giving up too much. I mean, it's a good package, a
Hmm.
first round pick and Edstrom, but they also get the two third round picks in return from San Jose. So two third round picks is pretty significant. So
Hmm. And we see that 2027 in there again. That's such so far down the road and draft picks. So, yeah, and now Vegas is another first round pick in this year's and next year's draft. And they drafted David Edstrom with a first round pick this past draft. Very good prospect. Probably one. I believe he was ranked by a lot of our by Peter and higher in the first round than where he went. So, San Jose gets another piece for the rebuild. And of course, the first round pick that in not this year's draft, but next one, add another great prospect. So it's significant for San Jose, who's rebuilding, obviously. And Hertl was looking like he was going to be part of that after he signed that big deal, but obviously they wanted to move on. They moved on from him, and he's okay with moving on, waiving his no move. So overall, this trade, I think both sides got some pretty good pieces. Vegas, you say they're definitely now the Stanley Cup favorites, even though they got to start winning because they're not guaranteed a playoff spot, which is insane with
right.
all their moves, right? They're bolstering not just for the playoffs, but just to make the playoffs. And hopefully Hurdle comes back sooner rather than later. I know it's like he had knee surgery, so last report I saw, it's like a couple weeks still away. So he could be back right for the playoffs. And then they'll maybe Mark Stone will be back too. I don't know.
Yeah, he had some loose cartilage removed in his knee, so
Right.
it wasn't anything major. And when the surgery was announced, it was one of those things that it wasn't going to get any worse. It was just he was a little bit uncomfortable playing, and when you're playing for San Jose in a season like this, you
Yeah.
might as well take the 6 weeks off just to make sure you're fully healed and whatnot. So yeah, I would say another 2 to 3 weeks, and Hertl will be back in the lineup. He will be a regular season addition for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to have the cap space and they'll see what they do, I guess. They had LTIR spot space for them when they moving stuff because we were talking about the cap space they still had available after they got Hannafin, and they've used it up. and
Yep.
and right at the end of the deadline here, we are now past the deadline. There's all those moves that kind of trickle in overall, but this seems to be the biggest one that's going to be announced so far, and this was out of the blue. So it Vegas never ceases to amaze around the deadline, even though when people think they're not going to do anything, they end up doing something. So we'll see how it all plays out because, like I say, they're not guaranteed for the playoffs, and they could be a lower seed going in, playing against a team like maybe the LA Kings, the Canucks, who knows? So yeah, overall, crazy trade. So, and thanks, Jacob, for coming on, reacting to this one. And obviously, we're just gonna have to wait and see how it all goes for Vegas and for the Sharks with their picks. But keep it locked with hockeyriders.com. We'll have reaction uh, articles on this trade. Of course, probably the San Jose Sharks writing team will have something out within the next day or so, probably today. So make sure checking all that out at hockeyriders.com. And until our next, we won't be having another reaction. I don't think there's gonna be any bigger trades than this one coming up, but we will have a full recap show talking about winners and losers. That'll be coming out later today or tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that. Until next time, we'll see you on another video at the Hockey Riders YouTube channel here.